Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a phenomenal day. We're going to take a quick look here at Avalanche. Hope you're doing very, very well. Super happy about this. This is great. We're actually up above that previous resistance level for the moment. We talked about this yesterday on the daily, being important to be able to close above $38. And we're not quite there yet, of course. This doji candle hasn't closed, but we've got 3 obnoxious doji candles here in a row, and we're going to see what's gonna take place here soon. Let's jump into the backend data, kind of see if there's anything new on the liquidation levels. Then we'll jump into a couple of important things too, I think, that are super relevant here. So taking a quick look at the lower time frame here, just to kind of clarify again, $34. We're using a close approximate $34. It's a heavy amount of long liquidations. We got some short liquidations here between 40.5 and about 41.7. So not a heck of a lot of new shorts. Most of the most recent shorts got liquidated here with that recent pump there with the price action increasing. So again, kind of standard stuff here. Nothing super out of the ordinary. Just because there's high liquidation at the lower price point doesn't imply it's going to just come down to that level. We got a lot of support and a lot of reasons why that shouldn't happen. But it is important to be mindful of that being a situation or potential reality on the back end, okay? So just some friendly advice there. Be cautious and careful again with the longs, trying to get too crazy. But taking a look at the moving averages here on the daily, nothing's changed, literally all green lights here. Very few coins are exuding this kind of behavior where they're actually going sideways at this current price point. Or more importantly, what I mean by that is the oscillators are not taking a nosedive. So it really just implies there's a lot of strength in this area here, and that further continuation would make sense. Okay, again, we want to try to look at these things logically, try not to get too overhyped. Somebody's telling you it's going to pump. I think that's probably not the right person to listen to. Again, good TA, in my personal opinion, is just a process of elimination, making sure we understand that we have a better statistical probability of something going in either direction. We are back up over the 20-day SMA. That's a very positive contributing factor here. Again, not a support level, but just letting us know we're ascending positively on this trend line, which we have been for some time, honestly. So we're still good there. We can see the MACD is trying to converge, but hasn't truly yet. So that to me isn't really a phenomenal signal. It just implies that we are still kind of moving down, or have potential to move down. I know that sounds weird because the price is actually going up, but the momentum has shifted. We still haven't established a higher high, and until we're above 42 again, honestly, we don't know if we're going to continue higher, right? That really is the test, obviously, to break through a recent high. That said, though, MACD, it's pretty much par for the course considering how high we've come, and it takes a little while for that to kind of average itself out because people are discovering that, hey, $38 is a good price for Avalanche right now, and it's not going to go much lower. So we can see stochastic RSI swinging up here. It's always a good sign, okay? That's a positive contributing factor. Staying above 50 in the RSI is also an unusual thing right now in the market. Most coins went way below. I think Solana's testing 50 on the opposite side, having some serious struggles right now. Okay, again, I'll review that here next. Last night it was looking subpar though, and honestly, Avalanche wasn't looking fantastic last night either, but being back up over 38 gives me a little bit of hope. Now again, I'm not saying right now a long position is viable. I'm just saying that if we close on the daily at $38 and we survive the Fed meeting here today in a little bit, then I think we're going to be in pretty good shape to be able to see this continue higher. Okay, so keep in mind, we got a lot of ground to cover. I would not get too crazy with any long positions or even shorts at this point. I think it's just still a little premature, but again, to each their own, as they say. All right, so taking a quick look here at the Ichimoku Cloud on the hourly. Wait, I'm sorry, before we do that, quickly to note, we have a little bit of fair value behind the price action. It's already been filled, so nothing to worry about there. A little bit down below at about $31. Don't think we got to worry about that for some time. And if we take a look at the hourly, let's quickly note a couple of things here. First of all, when we looked at the, Elliott Wave before, we did discuss that there is an ABC pattern, okay? So again, another reason to be kind of, I wouldn't say concerned, but just cautiously aware or optimistic. Price could very well rake back down, okay? And if that is the case, then we can expect a lower price point. Perhaps that fair value gap at $31 could get filled, all right? Again, when you have an ABC pattern on Elliott Wave, you essentially have a lower low, lower high, and a lower low again. We don't know how low this next low will go, but it'll go lower than this, okay? So hypothetically 34, if we break below 34 in this next downtrend, if there is one, then that would essentially tell us we're completing our pattern. Leading into that though, this is a possibility, okay? Is it a probability? Well, let's go ahead and talk about that. To me, the probability would lie in the price action closing below $38. In other words, if we can't close above 38 today at the end of today's trading day, I think we're going to be in a shape where the price action could continue lower, reaffirming that strong resistance at 38. That said, though, let's take a quick look at confirmational factors here on the hourly and see where we're at, because this has changed a lot. Conversion line's above the baseline now. Lagging span is just poking clear of the price action, and we're trying to break above the cloud, which we haven't yet. You see how this resistance level works? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours now. The price action cannot break free from the cloud. So again, this is where dead cat bounces or lower lows and lower highs are consistently established. It's because they're rejecting off of the cloud. I wouldn't say it's 100%, but it's a very strong likelihood. If you go back and you look at some trends, oftentimes they're rejecting off that level. Once it breaks above, it stays above for some time. Okay? We can see the inverse here as well, where the price action was literally above the cloud for, a full week in this last uptrend. Okay, so there is something to it. So to me personally, again, waiting till the end of today's trading day, that'll put us somewhere in this range here. We got about 5 or 6 hours left in today's trading day. If we stay above 38 today, candlestick closure, to me that feels like a green light to take a long position. Again, we're going to want to reevaluate and double check. I'll release another video here later today, of course, with this coin, just to confirm before we take entry, but that's kind of where we're at. Speaking of entry, and this is something that's awesome, and I love to share this because you got to understand that a lot of I don't want to say other YouTubers are doing this because I don't really know what they do. I don't watch them. But according to my community here, we can kind of see that folks are pretty sick and tired of other people's videos, right? And again, that's not like a bad thing. They do what they want. I don't understand. There's probably some really good ones out there too. What I'm getting at though is there a lot of them, trying to understand, are using high leverage, and it's really kind of ridiculous. So the reason why I want to share this with you is because we took this trade at Cardano. We got 60% profit in 2.5 trading days, roughly, just say 3 days. We took that trade just before the Bitcoin dump, okay? And Cardano, by the way, dropped a significant percentage. But how we structured the trade was let's see here, Cardano, there we go. We had multiple entry targets, which all of them got filled, by the way. We had a stop loss that didn't get triggered, and of course we had multiple entry targets, multiple profit targets. What I'm getting at here is that we averaged our price down significantly, down to like 56, 55 cents. And what that did for us, since we used such low leverage, only 6x leverage, we survived the dip and we were able to recover and hit that profit target. So I like to be able to mention that because some folks are thinking that high leverage is the key to success. It can be beneficial in certain circumstances, but for swing trading, longer term trades, you may want to kind of, weather the storm with lower leverage. Yeah, again, just like to kind of bring that to your attention, let you know that there's nothing wrong with having some good profits on low leverage. It happens quite consistently because you're not getting liquidated. All right, folks. Anyways, that's which one I want to share with you there. So on the hourly, again, looking pretty solid here. We're up to a 9 on TD sequential 2. Keep in mind, we are overextended leading into this resistance level here. So 0.382 at 38.60s, kind of holding strong. Again, if the price closes $38 or higher on the daily, I think that's a pretty good confirming factor for us. So that's what I'm going to be looking for. Last but not least, we've got a lot of folks loving this exchange as well. Thank you again for the wonderful feedback, and Bitunix for the opportunity to be able to provide our community members with some awesome exchange opportunities. Healthy rewards if you use my link to register, but more important, the thing you want to recognize is that we have trading competitions, no KYC, no VPN on this exchange, some really cool stuff that I'm super excited about. So thank you again, Bitunix, for the opportunity for our community. Deeply appreciate you. All right, folks. I also deeply appreciate you watching and hitting the like button too. Thank you so much for it. We'll look forward to seeing the next one. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.